Joey, did you have a chance to watch the Conor McGregor Nate Diaz fight? I had Nate on yesterday. I asked him if part 3 was looming, and he kind of passed on it. He kind of said, I don't think I'm going to give it to him. He said, I think we're 2-0. I think I beat him both times. I don't really see a need for part 3, which I thought was a very interesting take. Did you watch the match?
Yes, 2 or 3 times. Nate got paid. I think Usta, whatever the fucking company, is going to be mad at him for the CBD oil anyway. So I think he's done for a while anyway. That's my point there. I enjoyed the fight. I thought the fight was great, Chael. I mean, I thought I can't really – I'm not a judge, Chael. So I'm not a judge and I'm not a fighter. So I can't sit there like all these sport writers and say to you, Diaz won the fight. I'm going to tell you what I saw. I saw 2 knockdowns, and I saw Diaz punch him a bunch of times. At times I felt the card could have been even, but I think that those 2 knockdowns, that's what the judges saw, and they saw his bloody face.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion as a fucking spectator and a fan.
And see, I can't complain either, and I like to complain. I actually enjoy the controversy of it. And
guys like you and me wake up to find something to fucking. That's what I tell people. The only thing I enjoyed, I really think that I've learned a lot from MMA in my comedy. I've transferred what I've learned watching MMA on all the fights, and the thing that kills me the most is, Chael Sonnen, when you depend on one thing constantly. You have a great takedown. Your takedown's a textbook. You could switch over and be a quarterback in the NFL, and it would take you 2 weeks. You'd be fucking clocking people. You are phenomenal. But every time you fight, you learn something, and you have to grow from that fight. I'm Conor McGregor. You're my coach. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the tapes of the people who beat him. And I'm not a fighter. I'm going to see the Dos Anjos fights, and I'm going to start throwing fucking leg kicks. Okay? After I lost to Dos Anjos, the first thing I say to my coach is, Coach, Chael, what do I do to improve? Well, Joey, I like your boxing. Your jiu-jitsu is world-class. I think we should go to a Muay Thai gym for 2 months.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It will drive you bonkers if you're a Nate supporter to watch him not do anything about those leg kicks year after year, fight after fight. And I asked him about that. I asked Gilbert, one of his training partners, said, hey, why does Nate not do something with those leg kicks, circle this way, throw a punch down the middle, look to capture, take anything? Why does he take them? And Gilbert said, I've asked Nate that before myself, and all Nate says is, Gilbert, those kicks don't hurt. And that's it. That's his answer. He doesn't respect leg kicks, hasn't respected them his whole career, and he's not going to start now. And I'm watching it from my living room going, man, they look like they hurt. I mean, I have to take your word for it, but boy, those look like they hurt.
I give my I'm not a big Conor fan, but this one made me a Conor fan because I actually saw the preparation. I saw the control when he knocked him down. Some people say he was running, whatever they want to say. I think he was saving on cardio. I think he did a great job, and he came prepared. And you have to give the people something different every show. I'm shooting a special in October, Chael, and I'm working so hard. I'm out every fucking night doing comedy. You know why? Because I don't want to go up there and do pussy-eating jokes and licking your asshole jokes. That's what people expect from me, Chael.
Sure.
So I'm gonna give them something else. As if I'm gonna step into the ring with Chael, I know he's got a nasty fucking takedown, and maybe I got a right hand that's solid. For my whole training camps, I might work on a fucking leg kick just to mix it up a little bit, just so I can give Chael a different look. He wasn't expecting a fucking leg kick from Joey Diaz. Why do I have 3 leg kicks on my leg from Joey Diaz? Now I just threw off your fucking game plan. Just because I threw something different at you that you did not see in any of the tape of any of my previous fights. I don't give a fuck if it's an elbow. Every time I go on stage, because of what I watched in the UFC and MMA, I try to do something different. And I always use Joe as, I forget his last name. He's retired now. The Ultimate Fighter guy. Sweetheart of a guy. He fought B.J. Penn, and B.J. Penn broke his head.
Probably Lazon.
No, not Joe Lozon. This was way before Joe Lozon. BJ Penn fought him maybe 8 years ago, and it was horrible. I fainted at home from all the blood that was coming out of his head. Joe Daddy.
Oh,
Daddy.
sure, of course.
I loved him. I was a fan of his. But he always, for every fight, on the pre-fight tape, he always talked about the strength of his hands. It's like me depending on my improv skills. Every time I go on stage, I got to switch it up a little bit. This time I'll be more of a storyteller. This time I'll be more of a set-up punchline, Rodney Dangerfield type. There's so many different things you can go to as a fighter to throw off that fight, and that's what I do on stage. That's what I've learned from watching MMA. So for me to watch Conor go in there and be totally fucking prepared.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's to speak to your point. It's a theory that Vince McMahon has made $1 billion company behind, which is always give the people what they want, never give them what they expect. And to your point on MMA, one fighter that has done that all goes out of his way in his game planning to bring you something you will not expect every fight is John Jones. And he's also the best fighter that's ever done it. But he does it every single fight. You watch John Jones. It throws Joe Rogan and Mike Goldberg off. John Jones will come up and do something that they've never seen before. The move doesn't even have a name. And Rogan and Goldie are trying to identify it and give it a name on the spot. But to your point, yeah, man, it'll throw a guy off. You sit there, you study him, you watch the tape, he comes out, he does something you've never seen before, boom. Now you got a puzzle on your hands. You're back to square one.
I just find GSP had it also a little bit. GSP had it more with his training and his philosophies. He was always trying different things, and every time he tried something different, he strengthened something. You could see it, even if he didn't work on something new, because this time he fucking jumped off a bridge 80 times a day. You could see something different.
Yeah.
GSP was the king of that shit. He did so many different things, and it helped him. It really helped his fighting. So I'm a fan of that. I'm really a big fan of that. Like, I'm trying to use that mentality right now to write this special. You know, I'm really applying myself to writing this. So it's amazing. That's why I gave Conor the slight edge, is because of the 2 knockdowns, and the judges, I'm assuming they're Gentiles, and they saw the blood.